At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The beginning is the most important part of the work. At the core of every true soul there lies a spark of madness. We can easily forgive a friend for any fault, but we find it hard to forgive an enemy for any good. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed by the masses. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. Knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. Excess generally causes reaction and produces a change in the opposite direction, whether it be in the seasons, or in individuals, or in governments. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. Knowledge which is acquired by reasoning from known principles is called science. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. We are all but pieces on a grand chessboard, waiting to be moved by the hands of fate. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The measure of a man is what he does with power. I would fain grow old learning many things. The just man is most happy, but the unjust are miserable. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. The good of the people is the greatest law. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Courage is a kind of salvation. Wealth, if unchecked, is a great cause of misery, for it tempts men to pride, ambition, and luxury, and occasions strife and contention.